This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
And David Double D Dykstra.
BK Dub,
BK Dub, BK Dub, yeah!
Fantastic every single week.
Love it!
No gimmicks, Nick Johnston, Double D, David Dykstra in the building for BKW. Bad Karma Wrestling. How we doing? How we feeling?
I'm good, man. It's Friday.
Yes.
You know what that means? BK Dub.
Yes, BK. Yes, you know what that
means. Our passion. Just realize, people, that if 1 week we just disappear and go off the face of the earth, we've been hired by a major wrestling promotion to go and work for them.
Oh, yeah.
Just realize that. That is Nick and I's dream. If it happens, we're gone. We're gone.
Absolutely. The dream has always been tag team champions with the brother, but I guess no. We're kind of out of our athletic prime, but you know.
I don't know about you, man, but I could still go for a good 5 seconds.
Yeah. I would be blown up in 30 seconds like Chris Jericho or something. No, I can't.
Brock.
Yeah, that's better. I can't. But we got tons to get into today. We got WWE news, results, a lot of the rumor mill to get to as well. Just kind of like a couple hypotheticals, I guess. Reactionary to stuff as always. AEW got Grand Slam to talk about. A little bit of other matches to get to as well. There was a pre-show, the Jaguars game. That ought to be interesting as well. Someone just recently asked for the release. I'm getting into that a little bit later. And then finally, we enter Scotty's world, but it's an AI takeover, just like it is in real life. ChatGPT gives its top 25 WWE wrestlers of all time, and we give our reactions. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into this bad boy.
Let's go.
All righty. So let's do exactly that. WWE side of things, according to Corey Hayes of PW Nexus, and it's been very popular, going viral, a ton of hits, the Lucha Brothers have officially signed a multi-year deal to WWE, and it looks like they're going straight to the main roster. No longer the jokes of going to NXT. No longer the jokes of just being the performance center dummies. It's legit. It seems like it's ready to roll. So it's kind of been building up.
Please God, for the next, I don't know how many years, please let us have a healthy Phoenix.
Yes.
Because a healthy Phoenix makes a serious singles run in WWE.
That could be the case, and I'm not going to say. I mean, I feel like Ray Phoenix and probably Penta at a certain point they kind of reached their peak into AEW. Do you think so?
Well, Penta never held an individual title for me, and that was a criminal.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix actually did. But that was just for technically a filler, but it's okay.
Well, let's be honest. It's because he dropped Mox on his head.
Yeah. So, I mean, Ray had he had a couple of stints of being injured, unfortunately, but also some time of,
Probably one of the nastier injuries I've ever seen in wrestling. That dislocated elbow was disgusting.
That was gnarly. And usually I don't catch those live, and when I saw that, I was like, oh, my God. And
yeah.
I recall being the only one in the room to see it, and all my buddies wanted to rewind it. I'm like, no, please don't.
Stop.
So, they did. They wanted to see it, too.
There was an instance where I was watching, were we watching World Cup, Mon? We were watching World Cup, and a guy got taken out at the knee. And they replayed it, like 8 times?
Not worth it.
And we're just like, okay, no, you can stop.
Yes.
Just stop.
But the list galore for the Lucha Brothers and what they could provide. Lucha Brothers DIY, Lucha Brothers The New Day. If they survive, we'll get to that in a little bit later.
Lucha Brothers, Uso Brothers.
Yes.
Give me that all day long.
What about Lucha Brothers Kabuki Warriors? Because Penta had a match with
Jesus, Mary, Joseph.
one of the Kabuki Warriors in Lucha Underground. But
Lucha Brothers, Good Brothers.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're going to NXT to start off, which that might have been their call, but Motor City Machine Guns, Lucha Brothers would be fantastic.
In the crosshairs, of course, like we mentioned last week, Motor City Machine Guns basically all but signed, and you most likely making the appearance at either the CW NXT or the premier CW NXT show in Chicago or the St. Louis, the week following. So that would be the case there. But I mean, it's gonna be I'm more excited just the idea of Penta and or Rey Fenix having a WrestleMania moment in that sense. They very very much deserve it in that sense. And I've been downplaying and the whole idea of it. Everyone has a WrestleMania moment every single year, so it kind of loses a little bit of its luster. But if there's any two guys, I think they deserve it as well.
I think they're joining a faction.
I wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be
Which
surprised
one?
With those two. LWO probably. Nope. Okay.
I don't think so.
You think they join
The
the
friction?
Judgment Day?
No.
Oh, go ahead.
The friction and Phantasmo with the Umberto and his cousin.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And Garza, Umberto, and what's the
I
leader?
like Alex Garza. He's a good.
I like them as a tag team, but you already saw the dissension, like get it together, boys, or blah blah blah. I bet you that might be the replacement for them. And El Gardo del Fantasmo, I want to say is the name of the faction.
That could be the case. I mean, I would just like it if they were just by themselves.
I would too. I'd be okay with it, but having them join, oh God, what is his name? The leader of the faction. It's going to kill me.
Well, it's just going to be
Santos Escobar.
There you go.
If they join Escobar, that then becomes, in my eyes, a legitimate faction.
Are we getting in this wasteland of too many factions, and now it feels like the movie The Warriors?
They're doing the same thing as AEW.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying for both.
Factions are the way to go in this era. It's a faction era.
You can't be a lone wolf anymore. It's a damn shame.
No.
So carrying on from, they might be two lone wolves here if they can't get their act together. New Day. Not looking too good. I only have it on here because I wanted to toot my own horn. And
you can toot. Because here's when I knew it was going sideways.
But this Woods blow up backstage, that was the big thing.
Do you want to know when I knew it was going sideways? When I knew you were probably going to be right? Woods is starting to wear black.
Yeah, it was that.
And I'm like...
It's always those subtle things when they're like done talking and then they keep the camera on the one person.
On Woods.
Like, oh.
Or when he tagged R.I.P. Odyssey Jones. You idiots. That could have been huge. Could have been huge, and you blew it.
Yeah.
You blew it. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Do they then take Xavier and put him in the Final Testament, or do they let Xavier go and just let him do a singles run where he may get to challenge, like, Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship?
That would be
or
fun.
L.A. Knight for the U.S. title.
Yeah, and I don't see why he couldn't do that.
He said his dream was to be the King of the Ring. He's achieved that. Everybody in the New Day, Big E, Kofi, have been world title holders, which Big E's didn't last near long enough. I thought he could have run with it for a while. But Woods hasn't had that individual title yet.
No.
So,
and I'm not going to give him the world title, but like
no,
you said, if you give him the IC title, you give him the United States.
But once again,
I'm fine.
No one was giving Kofi the world title.
No.
Until Kofi Mania happened and he was having lights out matches left and right.
It would be a huge step down, possibly. He would need a main roster run as like an evil heel. But if he goes down to NXT and has a NXT world title run,
that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad.
It's a stretch. I'm not in love with it. I'm just thinking about that like right here, right now about that. But if we're always bouncing back and forth between, who was it? Big guy. He's a lone wolf.
Oba?
No. He had the hair and he didn't have the hair.
Baron Corbin?
Yeah, Baron Corbin. Why can't
lone wolves don't work, man.
Oof. Well, yeah, it's just. But
now he's a pirate.
Yeah.
Shut up, Scotty.
Yikes. Never mind. Maybe that experiment of going back down there doesn't help all the time.
Well, when you put him with Apollo Crews, there's issues.
Okay. Yeah, that could be the case.
I'll say this much.
Sure.
I'm wondering if Kofi kind of went to WWE and said, I'm ready to start kind of winding down. You got to remember, he's been with the company almost 20 years now.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that he was, I think his debut was like the WWE CW.
Yeah.
Like the resurrection of that, and that was like the mid-2000s.
And he had a Jamaican accent.
Yeah. I still remember, I think it was like No Mercy when Triple H brought that up. He's like, all right, hey, where's your Jamaican accent?
Where'd your Jamaican accent go? Wow.
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston made his WWE debut on ECW.
17 years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's insane.
On Sci-Fi.
He's gotta be thinking something like that. By the way, I saw just Twitter going into the Twitter world for some reason. Well, not for some reason, but Vince McMahon was trending, of course. And it had a segment on the old ECW in there where he basically looked at Sabu and said, "I'm going to make you a terrorist, part of the Taliban." And I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this?
He was going crazy back then.
Like,
he was,
what? Billionaire minds, dude. I'm telling you, like,
Durag Vince McMahon was a menace, and I don't think that he was. In that part, he wasn't just yet.
Vince.
But that was just before Durag Vince McMahon, when he was the ECW champion.
When he beat Lashley for the title.
Yeah, that's when it went all downhill for sure. But speaking of potentially downhill, Logan Paul is on a potential list of people who will be facing John Cena during his farewell tour. Got to looking at a couple of names, maybe just on John Cena's farewell tour. It's coming up. Get your tickets, I guess, in a city near you.
To me, this
Logan Paul earned it.
To me, this one. I don't think if it's whether or not he's earned it. I think it's whether or not there's money to be made, and I think there is. Logan Paul has been set up very nicely to be with guys that have either been in the industry a very long time or are really, truly ring generals in the ring to kind of say, hey, this is the next spot, this is the next spot, this is what we're going to do, and map out matches with them to where, and then, go down to the performance center and rehearse those matches until they know them blindfolded. But John Cena is one of those guys that he doesn't do that. Mm-hmm. He calls the match in the ring. He calls it so loud that he even says that the first 10 rows can hear him say stuff. Yeah. Which I find hilarious. But it's going to be a moneymaker because it's John freaking Cena versus one of the internet's biggest things.
Yeah, I can definitely see that case. And that's what I have. It's always big names. While it might not be a 5-star.
Did he deserve Roman Reigns over in Saudi? Hell no. But guess what? The Saudi princes wanted it, and that's what they got.
Yeah. They've been subscribers. Yeah, there you go. But overall, yeah, I could see a case. Is there anyone for sure you want to see on the John Cena farewell tour? Of course, we want to see Randy. We want to see
Randy better be his final match. That's all I have to say. Randy better be his final match. That should be the final match.
Do you want to see Punk somehow integrated in there?
Punk wants it.
Yeah, he does.
Punk wants it.
Would that sidetrack I don't know. I'm all over the place because now CM Punk and McIntyre we'll get into bad blood in about 2 weeks when it's just about set up for October 5th. But yeah, that needs to settle for him to get into anything else in my mind. So yeah, maybe down the line CM Punk and Cena, that needs to get integrated. Even if it's quick, they're very good at being very quick with just getting something started up. Yeah, anybody else that needs to be for sure? I got Ricky. Oh Jesus, yeah, the Ricky, the jobber that went viral.
Stop.
That was a little cartoonish.
Although
WWE got a little cartoonish, a little indies this week.
Gotta love Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin, he's here. You knew it was coming.
Yeah. What was your thing on Kevin Owens today? You were telling me just before we were getting started.
So
I got a couple more things, but
WWE has approached him about a new contract, but nothing has been signed. His contract's up in early 2025.
Okay.
And it is widely known that if he does not sign, AEW is going to offer him a huge, and I mean huge contract.
They'll back up the Brinks truck for him, probably.
Oh, I think he'll probably be the highest paid person in AEW.
Kevin Steen will come back.
Yes.
For sure.
100%. And is that a bad thing? I don't think so. Because then you make that kingdom that much stronger.
That
So
could be the case, yeah. Kevin
Undisputed Kingdom with Kevin Steen.
Yeah, and I saw that we'll get an AEW shirt a little bit along the way, but someone kind of brought up like, hey, if Adam Cole does come back, like, where does he fall? Is it worth him even coming back? Does he go back to WWE? Has his time in AEW already
I'll guarantee
passed?
you that's one of the contracts Tony Khan's like, you've been on medical for this long, we're extending your contract.
It has
because
to, for sure.
Yeah, I haven't milked you enough.
Yeah, he hasn't been the brand new. He was the brand new toy, and then kind of just got injury. It just,
concussion, then the ankle, and I've heard the ankle is going a lot slower. Did you see the rumor that him and Britt Baker broke up?
Yeah, that just sounds kind of TMZ-esque.
Clickbait.
I don't know. It's.
I'd
I'm
be
not
sad.
really.
I'd be sad. That's the first. That's the power couple.
He's
of
gonna lose
AEW,
out on free
man.
dental.
Yeah,
It's
man. What the hell?
unfortunate. But yeah, that would be huge if Kevin Steen appeared in AEW. But we're still on WWE side of things. A couple more things to get to before we maybe talk a little bit of results, just Raw and everything else in between. Mick Foley recently went a little viral. He had some recent comments about actually Vince McMahon. Was brought up at a Comic-Con in Belfast, Ireland.
Okay.
So I can kind of just read you his
Please read me
statement.
these said comments from
So this
the
was
King of the Death Matches.
So during the panel, both were asked about the relationships and thought on Vince McMahon. It was a panel between Mick Foley and Rikishi, and I think somebody else might have been up there as well. Like I said, during the panel, asked about their relationships with Vince McMahon, along with thoughts amidst the allegations and all the troubles. Mick Foley basically said, hold off any judgment, but here's his full statement. I genuinely liked him. I mean, my relationship was never the same after I left WWE and went to TNA for 3 years. But to this day, I'm still trying to find an address to write to him just to thank him, for taking a chance on me. I think of all of this a combination of good traits and bad traits, and you hope your good traits outweigh your bad traits. And it seems perhaps that Vince got it backwards there for a little while. But I've been there when he's done good things. I've seen him do good things. When I was writing books, I wanted to essentially do something like Chicken Soup for the wrestling fan's soul about some of these real heartwarming moments. And he was like, Mick, I'm afraid that would come across as self-serving. So he was someone that did the right thing for the right reasons a lot of the time. I feel really bad for that someone I care about got into something that seems pretty unsavory. I'm going to hold off any judgment until I see the ... But I think one that's fortunate is whenever he did not or do not. I don't. Okay, so he's all up in the air.
He's riding the fence because he doesn't want to put out a state. Dude, he was a bad guy.
Yeah, Mick Foley's always been on the side of trying to be on the fence.
Him, P. Diddy, Donald Trump, all bad dudes. Yes, let's not talk about the 1,000 bottles of combined baby oil and lube that were found at P. Diddy.
It's
Not good. Not a good look.
Yeah, of course.
Unless you got a gigantic slip and slide in your back door.
Do you feel any? Is it exactly that with Mick Foley? Oh my! Do you have anything with Mick Foley on this right now? Are you fine with him being on the fence?
I'm fine with him being on the fence. You don't know. You can read the allegations, but until someone is found guilty, which guess what, the FBI is now in this conversation because it is considered sex trafficking. So the FBI is now involved in the Vince McMahon case. Yeah. It's not going to go well, and I hate to say it, but I feel like more horrific things are going to come out. I really and truly do. The stuff that has already come out is disgusting. Disgusting, like throw up in your mouth, disgusting stuff. And that's just what they found on the surface.
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
Like the dungeon, I don't want to know. I just don't. Leave it where it is.
Much different than the Hart family dungeon, I'll give you that.
Very different.
Much. You're getting stretched out in a different way. We'll leave you. We'll leave you at that there.
Nick.
I got we'll skip that just yet because I think we got a couple things to get to on the results and just upcoming stories and everything like that.
Oh, I've got a bone to pick.
Yeah, we got to talk.
We
Bloodline.
We've got a bone to pick.
Bloodline now recreated. This cow's been milked. It's just about.
I like this bloodline. It's a more vicious, more physical bloodline than what Roman Reigns was. I do like this bloodline. Do I think he should be the leader of the bloodline? No. It should be Jacob.
Yeah, well, there's that, and just the idea that now Roman is teaming with Cody Rhodes.
What are we doing?
To take down the vicious old bloodline.
What are we doing? Did Jimmy Uso die and no one told anybody?
I mean, Rikishi put out a tweet saying,
I love that.
He needs all the health that he can.
Love that. But as far as I know, still alive,
Breathing.
still breathing. And where's the really tall dude? Which there was a little hiccup in one of the dirt sheets that I read. He's lying in wait. He is signed by WWE,
okay,
and they're just holding on to him.
That's fine.
Saying, we've got plans. Just
let him get yoked.
Let him marinate.
Yeah, that's fine. Exactly that.
Didn't take Jacob too long to get yoked. He was signed, 3 months? And he got that yoked in 3 months. I'm like, damn.
It's quick. They're quick.
He's eating nothing but avocados and eggs.
Oh, that's good. And then finally, just the Monday Night Meat Mayhem that was now Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman. You got, again, a little Indies AEW-esque cartoony using a fan, but overall just the chaos that it was. And now I mean, you brought it up before, Bronson Reed, now New Japan Bronson Reed, and now Braun Strowman. Now they can just go at it. Go ahead.
This, to me, this is going to sound bad. You know Vince McMahon's at home going, this is what I'm talking about! Yeah! Big guys! Oh!
He is upset. It's like, that's what I was saying the whole time.
But you finally got two guys. Braun Strowman had to leave to learn how to be a professional wrestler. Came back. He is leaps and bounds better than what he was when he was with WWE the first time. And Bronson's just that guy. Yeah. He's a Triple H dude. Triple H loves him, and you see why now. Yeah. Because whether it's a smaller dude, Johnny Gargano, Seth Rollins, whatever it may be, or a big dude, he'll go. He'll go, and he'll look good. Yeah. Hasn't had a match since he's been back where he hasn't looked good.
Absolutely.
So, bravo, kill, everybody.
Any other final thoughts, questions, concerns on Raw, SmackDown, NXT side of things before we move on to AEW?
Can I say I don't know how I feel about CM Punk being the special guest referee for the NXT title match?
Yeah, I didn't hear about that. I didn't know that he was doing
Trick
that.
Williams,
okay.
Ethan Page for the NXT title, which it should be. My assumption is Trick Williams is going to win the title. Cool, whatever. I think Trick's a better champion than Ethan right now. I think, my personal opinion is, I think they should reform the Nightmare family and get all these guys that have come over from AEW, and Cody forms his own faction and turns heel.
He's never going to turn heel.
Shut it, you're not John Cena.
He's the new Cena.
That being said, I get why they're bringing CM Punk in. It's in Chicago. It's going to sell tickets.
That's how they make it relevant to even bring him in, other than just like a promo.
And
I can.
Is there going to be an angle played out that Wednesday? Is Drew McIntyre going to show up after the match is over and beat the crap out of CM Punk? Because every time CM Punk's in Chicago, he gets his ass whipped by McIntyre.
Good.
That's my whole thing. If it happens, great. It was just a little. It was a little weird. If they don't put the title on Julia and bring Roxanne Perez up to the main roster, you're insane. Let Julia hold that belt. I've heard they have plans for her like they had for Asuka back in the day, for her to have a 2 to 3 year run with it. Good. They need another dominant female down there.
Yeah.
So other than that, nothing really jumped off the page except for A-Town Down taking on Faxium, as they call it. Fazium, I think it was.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So,
Well, there you have it. When we come back, BKW, we're talking AEW side of things. We got Grand Slam to get to. Is Bryan Danielson going to be cleared in time for Grand Slam?
it's such a 90s thing to do.
We will discuss. We will play doctor coming up here on Bad Karma Wrestling.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
All right, can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
Wear your best attitude. Feel the power. Run towards your goals. Make each footprint count. Believe in yourself. Mark the difference. Just do it.
Celsius, the fastest growing energy drink in America. 0 sugar, low calories, and 200 milligrams of caffeine. Celsius is the ideal drink for anyone who wants to get the most out of their day. 4 distinct flavors: orange, kiwi guava, wild berry, white peach. Drinking Celsius prior to fitness activities has proven to accelerate your metabolism, burn body fat, and provide essential energy. Celsius. Live fit. The official drink of Chad Podcast.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.
What's the name of the show, Nick?
Bad Karma Wrestling.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, BK Dub.
BK Dub.
We're back. It happens.
It does. It's a Freudian slip.
I know. We were just.
It's what happens when you have two shows that have B and W in them.
Too close. We gotta work on that.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Greatest show name ever right here.
Fair enough.
Bad Karma Wrestling. Because you ain't good unless you're bad.
Oh, there we go. Put that on a t-shirt there. Talking AEW here for right now. Just talk WWE.
Everyone loves the bad guy.
Oh yeah. There we go. Right at you. Andrew's got to do that. He's got to start flicking his toothpicks at everybody. What?
Andrew's not smooth enough to be Razor Ramon.
I know, but he's just got to. When he does do it, he's just like,
He's more like Bastion Booger.
Come on. Come on. He's not even here to defend himself, the poor guy.
You gotta give him some credit.
Fair enough. If you're in the comment section down below there, Andrew, fire away. But we got
Andrew probably is. Did he just call me Bastion Booger?
Oh man, that's brutal. If he does understand that reference, that's brutal. We got Grand Slam to go ahead and preview. It's stacked up. We got another match to talk to. We got it was even a match before the Jags game, and like I said, a little request of a release. From, well, not too surprising, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. But yeah, let's talk Grand Slam coming up next week. Match card is basically all but set, I would think. This is the lineup.
So are they going Dynamite and Collision with this, or are they just going Dynamite?
I mean, with it being 5 match, was it 6? It could be back to back, I would think. That's just how it's gonna have to be. It's too many matches. It's too much time.
It's too many.
Yeah. We have the number one contender. I'm gonna work from
Bottom to top.
Yeah, I'll
Bottom to top, Scotty.
Bottom to top, Scotty. That's
Work
fine.
on matches.
On matches. Is that cool with you, dog?
Oh, I just had this for it, so you're good.
Okay, for sure. Just want to make sure. Everyone. Okay, I just want to make sure that the folks at home can stick.
Matches are subject to change.
Okay, fair enough. That's how it always is. But the number one contender for the World Heavyweight title, Darby Allin, Jon Moxley, they've been going back and forth. They've been barking at each other back and forth. Is this hot? Is this a hot enough feud? Is this good enough for the number one contendership?
My question is, because this one really does have me befoozled. Is this Mox putting over Darby? Because everything that you and I have heard is Wrestle Dream is where Danielson drops the belt to Darby.
In Washington.
In
where
Washington. Where there's no, oh my God, no reaction. Or is this Mox going, no, Darby's not big enough yet?
Whew, that's tough. I could see both cases.
You get where I'm coming from.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We don't need a third, fourth title reign from Moxley. Yeah, I think that's probably.
I want to. There's an angle going, and I don't know if we even know what that angle is. We're pretty good at figuring out angles. I don't know what this angle is. Yeah. I truly don't. It's obviously NWO-esque kind of angle.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, there's no originals in that crew anymore.
What do you mean?
AEW originals.
Yeah.
Wheeler's out.
Yeah. They're still trios tag titles, but
we'll talk about that in a second too. But Mox, WWE. Claudio, WWE. Pac, WWE. Maria, WWE.
I'm just glad she's got shoes on.
When did she learn how to do makeup too?
I don't know. It's
like, don't get me wrong. I think she's a badass. She may even be a better professional wrestler than Shayna Baszler.
No, okay.
Shayna sucks. Shayna hasn't had a good match her entire career, but yet they re-signed her.
They like the aura. They like that she can go down to GCW.
Send her over to Japan, see how that goes. Because that's where she belongs.
That's true.
She belongs in New Japan doing strong style.
That's true. Do we want to make predictions, or can we even make like on this?
I'm 50-50 on this one.
Yeah.
I truly am, and I usually know what kind of creative direction that they're going. But for me right now, it's 50-50.
Yeah, it'd be really tough to build all this up with Moxley right now and then just to take it away all in like 3 weeks.
Or does Danielson want to drop it to Mox? He doesn't want to drop it to Darby.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally, I've always
that's the backdoor politicking that we don't know about.
Yeah, I guess so. Like I said, I've made the joke already before where it's a tough look putting Darby with the world title when it's bigger than him. So it's really hard to have that as a whole visual. So
yeah,
we'll see when the time comes. Obviously, for the tag titles, Young Bucks versus Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. I mean,
it's gonna be a barn burner.
This is gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna be a barn burner.
This is gonna be absolutely amazing.
Young Bucks are getting back to what they do best. Being snotty brat kids.
Love it.
And I love every minute of it. It's what made them famous.
Yes.
It's what put them on the map. So, hell yes, let's do this. Now, my heart wants to see Will Ospreay and Fletcher win this match.
Yes, of course.
But I think Fletcher turns on Ospreay.
I think this has Takeshna's fingerprints all over it.
I think Fletcher turns on Ospreay.
I don't know if it's a full turn from
Don
Fletcher.
Callis style.
It's Don Callis and Takeshna. I don't know if Fletcher's going to be okay with it. It's going to be one of those
I
things.
think if it's Takeshna, I think it's inadvertent.
Okay.
Because Okada comes out and tries to interfere, and he comes out to try to stop Okada.
Sidebar. Takeshna and Okada needs to happen now.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree at all.
I'm always on the side of,
But you know where it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's happening at Wrestle Dream because everybody wants it that bad.
I know. It's one of those where I'm always on the side of, hey, I want him to simmer. I want it to build up. I want it to have like one of those like 3, 4, 6 month builds. But also, my ADHD says, I want it now, damn it. So
I think any wrestling...
Give me Okada, give me Takeshna while they're fully healthy and they're ready to go.
I think any wrestling fan is going, let it happen. Come on, baby. Hit each other.
Because that was one of the loudest pops in person at the All Out show that I went to. When Okada and Takeshita
Did it out pop the Outrunners?
No, they were. No, that was good. That was a good one too. The Beast Mortos during, like I said,
Yeah,
he had
that's the one. Although, what a match with Ricochet.
Not that.
That was
bad.
amazingly.
The only
great match.
big, blemish was the stomp at the end. But I
Yeah.
mean, overall, they both look good.
Yeah.
Again,
Ricochet's
very
looked
underrated.
phenomenal.
Yes.
Amazing what happens when you take the chains off.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I don't mean it like that, you
No,
jerk
and
faces.
like I said, we'll get to Ospreay and Ricochet in just a little bit. They've got a match already signed up for, but still going along the way of Grand Slam. Like we mentioned, for the trios titles, Pac, Yuta, Claudio versus Private Party and to be announced.
Here's my issue. Can it be Private Party? Zay got his hand hammered.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Hammered! Ladies and gentlemen. Like, I love the way they did it, too. Mox totally hit the edge of the box, didn't hit the hand at all, but it sounded nasty as hell. Sounded nasty as hell.
That was good. Yeah, no.
It's a
sleight of
great
hand,
sell, but
Great camera work.
I don't see how it's Private Party
No.
and
yeah.
TBA. So maybe a trios, because I've heard rumors that a certain someone's ready to go. Guns up.
I hope so. That would be
Jay
really
White is
awesome.
supposedly good to go.
That's a hope. That's great, honestly. I mean, it's been rough not having him in the picture for a little bit, but as soon as he's back, Little Jay will be back in the studio as well for the women's title.
No one cares.
Mariah May
No one cares.
and Yuka Sakazaki.
This is the most underwhelming women's title hold I've ever had in my entire life.
Okay.
Except for maybe Riho.
I think you're just really on the side of you already missed Tony Storm. You missed the
No,
title. Oh,
I don't think Mariah's good.
okay.
I think she's a great wrestler, but outside of the ring, I think she's god awful.
I don't know. I would have to disagree. It's been interesting to see her do her little gimmick of
She's gonna beat everybody with the championship belt.
MJF does it with a ring, so
Not anymore.
oh yeah, he can't. It got stolen. Poor guy.
Legit stolen.
We're looking. We're helping. We're gonna try and figure that out. If you have any information, hit us up.
I'm just not. She hasn't proven. I want to see full on character, full on performer in the ring, because you have that pretty much. Except for and this is no offense, except for the Japanese women, who I believe take a little bit longer to get used to the American style and cutting promos. Like Hikaru Shida right now, I love her new gimmick. Being the ace of the women's division and just intimidating women left and right. Yeah, let's go, you hard ass. Let's go.
Fair enough. But yeah, it could be interesting. Obviously, Mariah May is gonna retain, but it's all. Do you see any titles changing hands? I don't think I don't think I
FTW
do.
might.
Yeah. Okay. Possibly, and that's exactly what we got coming up next.
I mean,
for the FTW title under FTW rules, this would be his first FTW title hold
match
since his
Title match,
winning it. Yeah, Hook versus Roderick Strong.
This
This ought to be fun. It's gonna be technically sound.
This is right below Young Bucks, Fletcher Ospreay could steal the show.
Yeah.
Because if they let Hook and him go and be technical and do the things that both of them can do, the match could be epically great.
Yeah. So maybe that could move hands. Probably the trios titles, especially like you said, if it does become the Guns.
Yeah.
And Jay White. That'd be pretty fantastic. And like I said,
Because
main
they've
event
got
time.
they're either going to have you to join BCC or leave BCC.
Yeah.
If he leaves, they're dropping the titles. If he joins, then we'll see.
Yeah. Finally, main event time. If Danielson is cleared,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
because we saw the attack. We saw the attack.
Yeah.
It was disgusting.
It was
Brutal.
horrible. Oh my God.
Couldn't breathe.
He's still on a ventilator.
I wouldn't put it past him. Bryan Danielson versus Nigel McGuinness.
What? Other
It's been a long time.
than oxygen deprivation,
Yeah.
what else is he healing from? Like, they didn't hit him in the head, so he couldn't be concussed.
I don't know, man. All these guys are covered in KT tape all the time. So
I think that's the new thing.
that is the new thing. We were just joking.
Knee
about
brace.
that.
It was knee braces in the 90s. It's kinesis tape.
No, you ever when they would just like wrap their ribs around
Yeah.
with like that, or sometimes it was Batista one time. He had the ribs, the shoulder, and on the thigh for some reason. Like
I love when
that's not gonna help at all.
I love when they get all fancy with the designs.
Yeah.
I like that.
So that's definitely become the new like whatever like the wrap was. That's their Whenever you see it up on their neck and stuff like that, my buddy was like, that doesn't help you at all. It just like makes the blood rise. I don't know. It doesn't help.
Blood flow.
Yeah, there we go. He's like, that's all for like resting. You shouldn't be doing that while you're working out or
I wonder
doing
if that
something.
works on the package.
Just try it out there.
Just a question.
There you go.
It's the new Viagra.
Get back to us on that one. But yes, if Danielson can go,
This better be a 30-minute match, at least. And they better let Nigel McGuinness beat the ever-living crap out of Danielson for at least 75% of this match.
that's exactly how Danielson matches are worked up to be. He's gonna
Every single match.
He'll get a licking in
And then he
here
hulks
too.
out.
Yeah.
Which I think is hilarious.
For every one punch Danielson gets in, Nigel will get 2 or 3, and then towards the end he'll reverse it.
You know
Hulk
what?
up.
You know what I want McGuinness to do, right?
What?
I want him to dye his hair bleach blonde.
Yeah,
and
he needs
come
the
out.
tips. He needs
Yeah.
the tips. That's what we brought up last week too.
Yeah.
It needs to happen. If anything less, it's just what are we doing here? Haven't had this on an ROH card in like you would think.
I mean,
20 some odd.
everybody that they interviewed said there would be no ROH if it wasn't for Danielson.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
McGuinness,
Mark Briscoe said that straight up. So I don't have to.
you
give
know,
it to him.
Briscoe's gonna be sitting in the back with the conglomeration, just watching the TV somewhere,
yeah.
going, "This is freaking great."
Yeah, this is. I can't believe this is real life. Speaking of, I mean, Grand Slam stacked, and then to follow it,
I'm pinching myself.
Dynamite number 5.
I'm pinching myself.
Dynamite year 5, Ricochet Ospreay for the international title. Again, it's one of those things where I want Takeshi Okada, I want Ospreay Ricochet.
For free.
It's for free. Thank you, TK. We really appreciate it. But is it too early, or is that too ridiculous of a question on my part?
I'll ask you that question after the match.
Okay, fair enough. I mean,
Because
again,
if they go balls to the wall like they have in New Japan, you'll sit there and go, "This was worth every single minute."
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, I'm not. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. Again, you said Ricochet's been building up and getting used to the AEW side of things. He's had the decent opponents. I think, like I said, I really enjoyed the Beast Mortos match and everything else in between. well, the Beast Mortos is going to put asses in seats, I tell you.
I'm just like, for a guy to wear a mask like that and still be able to perform at the level that he does,
He moves around so quick.
is incredible to me.
And
I'm just looking at it from an athletic standpoint. That's got to be claustrophobic and just hot breath in your face constantly. And we all know how David hates hot breath in his face.
Oh,
Ain't that right, babe?
Oh my! Well, there you have it. He's strong. He's strong like the bull, like the
Strong,
beast that he is.
you say strong like bull?
Strong like bull. Beast Mortos. Also speaking of Beast Mortos, I mean again, Ricochet Ospreay.
Here we go. It's just a Beast Mortos.
This is the
segment.
Beast Mortos episode.
And
ladies
it's
and
just a
gentlemen.
Beast Mortos segment.
Yes. He was involved in the 2 out of 3 falls match before the Jags game just this past Sunday. It was in honor of Mexican heritage.
Lucha Libre, I could see that. Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
Mexican Independence Day. That's what it was.
Mexican Independence Day.
Yes. So hologram and
Viva la
Sammy Guevara.
Mexico.
Yeah. Hologram and Sammy Guevara took on the Beast Mortos and Matt Taven. If you looked at Matt,
Why is Matt Taven in this match?
he's actually Hispanic, I believe.
Hispanic
sure.
is one thing, Mexican is another.
Well, he was probably the only one that said yes. Everyone else wanted to watch. Everyone else was good watching football that day.
Ask our good friend Alex. Is there a difference between Hispanics? Yes.
Oh,
see?
very much so. Yes.
Or should I say Mexican Tilo?
There you go. If you saw beforehand on Matt Taven's X or Twitter, if you still want to refer to that, if you're a dinosaur. I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from. But he putting out this gimmick now that the Beast Mortos was like his lawyer. He had to get out of jail because of like Matt Taven.
That's fantastic.
So it's
Abyss kind of angle.
Yeah, almost like that. So I thought that was
He
pretty
transforms
funny.
into the Beast Mortos.
He's like the if you ever need a call, like call the Beast Mortos for almost doing like a Better Call Saul type
Call
deal as well.
1-800-675-GORE.
Yeah.
Gore!
I just thought that was pretty cool. I mean, you want to see more of these, none of these, less of these? I mean, I thought it was, for the most part,
To
that was pretty cool.
celebrate Mexican Independence Day, listen, Lucha Libre is ingrained in Mexican culture. It is part of Mexican culture. So this makes sense. If you're bringing
Makes
out...
sense that the Jags did it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tony Khan, AEW.
If you're doing it, let's say, before a rando day, you do it in London. Great. Trying to promote All In, or what are they? They're doing Wrestle Dream over there next year, right?
Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door over there next year. Trying to promote that. Cool with it. But if you're doing it on some rando day just to have your guys be out there, look, I own AEW. No.
Yeah, that's fair.
People get hurt in settings like
Exactly. And you're like, I don't know the whole setup. I probably don't. It wasn't a huge, humongous turnout for the people that were there. But the spot I did see, they had Matt Taven holding back, and you got the kids holding the hands and stuff like that to hold them back. So just spots like that where you're like, oh, you can potentially make a wrestling fan forever.
Sammy Guevara is a spotlight hoe, so whatever Tony wants him to do, he'll
Fair
do.
enough, he'll do it.
Especially since Miss Monet don't want him on the show.
Yeah. That's been tough, and we could probably get to that maybe sometime next week. But a recent ask for a release, a request right here, just popped up a couple hours ago. Miro, formerly known as Rusev in WWE, asking for his release in AEW. I'm just kind of it's been this long. He hasn't been here in forever. I'm surprised he hasn't asked earlier. I thought this was kind of already on the table.
What day is it?
I guess it's Rusev Day.
Rusev Day! That's right, baby. Come back to WWE where you belong, where Triple H can treat you properly. Bring that hoe of an ex-wife with you.
Oh, my Lord. Was it really that case? Did Tony Khan really fumble it that bad? Was it?
I think the injury set him back.
I think it was the injury, and I think it was both.
I loved his gimmick.
They weren't able to play ball with each other. It seemed like Miro wanted to take his and go home, and then Tony was like, I can't do anything with him either. Like,
I loved his gimmick.
Yeah. I thought
his gimmick, I loved it. I'm not even talking about the Rusev gimmick. I'm talking about
as the Redeemer.
I loved every moment of it.
Yeah. He was putting together some very solid promos. He was getting huge pops at all the
We would not have meat in our world if it was not for Hobbs and Rusev.
That's true. That's very, very true. It's right.
My shirt says it all. We owe it all to Rusev. All the meat we owe to Rusev.
Meat madness. Meat Miro. Meat madness. It's a shame for sure. Like I said, just bad timing.
Let him go. Honest to God, I don't think you're going to regret losing him. No. Your style of professional wrestling that you're doing in AEW doesn't typically lend itself to big dudes.
Yeah, that's fair. And the ones that do, they're able to integrate. They're almost like the.
I'm telling you right now, unless, and this is the only way Keith Lee stays in AEW, there are a lot of rumors going around that the Hurt Business is coming to AEW. If the Hurt Business comes to AEW, Keith Lee will be a part of the Hurt Business, and it will go places that it's never gone before.
I almost feel like that's the same thing where if Bobby Lashley, that's not a huge loss to WWE.
No,
if Bobby Lashley signs with AEW.
No, once again.
And is that a huge want? Do you want to see Bobby Lashley in AEW?
Here's the thing: if Bobby Lashley MVP and Shelton Benjamin show up in AEW as the Hurt Business, and then you add a dude that hasn't been used in, a year and a half in Keith Lee to that, and have Keith Lee and Shelton Benjamin as a tag team together, yes, please.
Yeah, that would be pretty
yes, please, because that is a tag team championship quality duo right there.
Absolutely. Finishing off, we have just...
Alex brought up a good part.
Oh.
Trio titles. Lashley, Keith Lee, Benjamin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm a huge Shelton Benjamin guy. I thought he was the most underrated.
In the 90s? 100%.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
100%. And
yeah.
he got screwed over by Brock in the Rumble. He would have won if Brock hadn't turned it back
That's true,
on him.
too. His old OVW
What, Brock
partner.
Lesnar? What?
His old OVW partner turning on him. 24 Hours with Tony Khan.
No.
They're having just interested?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Listen, and this is no offense to Tony Khan whatsoever, but does he not look like that dude that sits in front of the computer screen all day and goes, I'm going to book this match? Like, when MJF said that, he's not far off. He's a fan first, which makes him partly a great owner because he wants to give the fans what he wants. So I can appreciate that. But at the same time, dude, even when he talks, he comes across as just, hi, my name's Tony Khan and I like professional wrestling.
If there was a 24 hours to go ahead and do this, this probably would be the 24 hours to go examine him. He did have a very hellacious time. He broke his neck, obviously, from the Young Bucks, and then had to go draft for the Jaguars the very next day.
Worst reaction I've ever seen to a gut punch in my entire life.
I mean, when he hits
it goes Vince first stunner, Tony Khan getting punched in the gut.
Fair enough. Any other final Dynamite Collision Rampage results we got to get into or talk about?
No. I mean, your Outrunners.
My Outrunners.
You said you liked them.
I do like them. I'm not like
with FTR together. Love that.
I
love that
fun.
old school feel.
That is pretty nice. That is pretty good.
I don't like. Oh yeah. By the way, Collision. What are we doing? 10-man tag? Really? Stop.
As soon as I saw that, I thought about you because
that's
what we were talking about last week.
Stop. There's gonna be 36 suplex.
There's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of. That's. I mean, the more meat, the merrier. No.
That's what she said.
There we go. Yes, exactly. So with that, what else are we saying next segment? We got Scotty's World, and it's an AI takeover. We're ranking the top 25 WWE wrestlers of all time according to ChatGPT. So more of that, and tons more in between. Bad Karma Wrestling.
I'm gonna have to beat up IA.
Yeah. AI.
Dyslexia.
There you go. That happens. More Bad Karma Wrestling when we return.
Hey, watch your mouth. Why? I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work. I've been drinking Coors since my college days. Cold draft taste, the second to none. Yeah, worth the recorder, am I right? You know it, mother. Hey, you get those reports done? Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
That is all. Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. Where's the boss? Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired! Yeah! Oh, I still get beer.
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome back to BKW.
BK the.
But this is Scotty's World now.
Scotty's World.
Unfortunately.
Scotty's World. Excellent.
Bang. But, yeah, like I said, here we are. We're talking about ChatGPT gave us their version of the top 25 WWE wrestlers of all time.
I'm going to have to beat up ChatGPT.
There you go. And the way this was formatted and the way that Scotty set it up is exactly how it is. So to ChatGPT, creating a list of the top 25 WWE wrestlers of all time based solely on their accomplishments, influence, and accolades within WWE. So only within WWE. Okay. This is an exciting challenge, ChatGPT says. So here is my rankings. At number 25, we'll go. Do we want to?
25. Is it?
It's 20. It's 25 through 1, obviously. But do we want to just list the names off, or do we want to react like in sections?
Let's just list the names off. I'll react.
Okay.
You can react if you want.
So 25.
I already have an argument for the first two.
25. Seth Rollins.
That's BS. Seth Rollins should be way higher.
24. The Big Show.
Definitely should be up above Seth Rollins, or Seth Rollins should definitely be above Big Show.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
Don't give a crap.
I know there's a couple reasons for each, but we'll get to that when we get to the rankings. When we get down to the nitty gritty. At 23, Kane.
Okay.
22, CM Punk.
Okay.
21, Eddie Guerrero should be way higher.
Way higher.
20, Rey Mysterio, way higher.
Way higher.
19, The Ultimate Warrior.
Lower.
Should be on here, but
Should be 25.
definitely
25.
Yeah, probably. Let me see. This is okay. Number 18, Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson. So Daniel Bryan.
Top 15.
Fair. Yeah, he was there, but not long enough.
Top 15.
Yeah.
I'd give him top 15.
17, AJ Styles.
Yeah, you got to. Won the Triple Crown in his first year.
Yeah, it does say that.
And probably a little higher.
It says immediate impact upon debuting in 2016, consistently a top performer in WWE. So yeah. 16, again, it needs to be a little bit higher, but I don't know how. I don't know. Every time we say that, someone needs to get bumped down. Chris Jericho.
Yeah. First Universal or United champion.
Yeah, first ever undisputed champion, Grand Slam champion. He's not the most IC
most
titles.
most Intercontinental championships.
Macho Man Randy Savage at 15.
Lower.
Okay. Edge at 14.
Lower.
Brock Lesnar at 13.
I put him top 10.
Fair. Kurt Angle at 12.
Just outside the top 10.
Okay. So probably exactly where he's at.
11, 12, yeah, somewhere in there.
11, Roman Reigns.
Bullshit.
Wow. Whoa.
I'm sorry, dude. He didn't do anything up until this last 3 years.
I was just saying, we're gonna have to cut that.
I'm surprised it actually didn't say anything about him being in the Shield, which was the biggest thing.
To me,
and whether
wasn't relevant until 3 years ago.
Well, it's whether it's deserved or not. He's headline main evented AEW or WrestleMania like what seven times in a row.
7 times in a row. Still.
Again. I mean, I've always been on the side of it's force fed, and only now it's getting over for me as Roman Reigns is the tribal
chief. And I wonder why.
Deal.
2 words. Paul Heyman.
Yeah. 2 words. Paul freaking Heyman.
Yeah. To me, Roman's top 20. I'll give him top 20.
Okay. Number 10, Ric Flair.
I agree. No, actually, you know what? I don't agree. He should be lower.
Yeah, he should because
He
did
should be
most
lower.
Of his, he did
what
most
he
of
did
his
in
accolades.
WWE is nothing compared to what he did outside of WWE.
His WWE role was basically manager, Evolution, and then his final little WrestleMania
He had an
run.
Intercontinental Championship for a while. He had the Tag Championships for a while. But other than that...
That was his WWE run.
Oh, wait, he did have the WWE Championship back in the early 90s.
Okay.
He won the Royal Rumble. To
Oh,
win.
that's okay. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
But
no.
Yeah.
In WWE Legends, he's down the list. He's probably top 15.
This one from Chat, the one for Ric Flair. Why it's just has brought prestige and legacy to WWE. That's so generic and broad. You can't just say that. Any one of those people.
So did Harley Race, and Harley Race didn't do crap either.
Yeah, there you go. True. Almost killed Vince McMahon. Bret the Hitman Hart at number 9.
I agree with that.
Okay.
That's right about where he should be.
Randy Orton at 8.
Ooh.
Now we're getting there. Now we're getting down to the nuts and bolts.
I may have Randy higher than that.
I probably would too. 7, Triple H.
That's about right.
Okay.
That's about right. Maybe 6.
Yeah. And, well, at 6, The Rock.
No. Rock's lower than both of those guys.
Really?
Yes. Here's why. The Rock left while they stayed.
Okay. But because he left,
even
though he left, he was still able to maintain the millions and millions.
I get that, but at the same time, you still get pops for Triple H every time he comes out.
But not as loud as The Rock. Not as loud as The Rock. No, that's crazy. That is crazy.
Came back and they were like, you know what? You can't get the main event. You can get the main event on Saturday to do it.
I'm just saying, if Triple H main event at WrestleMania, he'd get a pop too.
He would.
I'm just saying.
It would
This is just my opinion. I put Triple H and I put Randy Orton over. So could Triple H.
I'm a big Motorhead guy, but when you hear that,
y'all forget greatest faction in all of professional wrestling.
Yeah, but it took a group. We are the nation of domination.
Stop your face. What, you mean OG Bloodline? Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
I don't know that when they play the Creed song, you don't see Triple H, you see Steve Austin and The Rock. So that's just all I gotta say. At number 5, Hulk Hogan.
No.
Okay, fair.
What
enough.
other title than the world title did he hold? He had the tag championships.
I do want to say this. It also took influence in wrestling. So think about how big they are as well. Hulk Hogan.
He changed the landscape.
You want to hear something? Hulk Hogan had a line at 6 a.m. in New Lenox at a meet and greet.
You're talking to somebody who doesn't hold Hulk Hogan as a Mount Rushmore guy. I just don't. The man could not wrestle. Great character.
He got you to take your vitamins and drink your milk.
Sure did get me to shoot up some steroids. Allegedly.
Damn, that's almost like Babe Ruth would hit like 225 to like Hulk Hogan be a mid-carder today. That's pretty good. That's pretty
He'd
good.
be gassed in 3 minutes.
Imagine him talking to like Ricochet or Will Ospreay. He's like, I'm gonna do this flip. I'm not taking that one, brother.
He wouldn't job to HBK.
No way.
You think he's gonna job to Ricochet?
Speaking of HBK, number 4, Shawn Michaels.
Nikes.
Number 4 is Shawn Michaels.
That is number 1 on my list.
That is
number 1 on my list.
Mr. WrestleMania for a reason. First Grand Slam.
Hey, I've got a 1A, 1B. I've got a 1A, 1B. So
sure.
Shawn's the greatest character, performer, big time wrestler ever to step into the ring.
Yeah.
Bar none.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of everything I hear, but like behind the scenes thing. But again, you gotta separate.
When
stuff.
Shawn was
Yes.
was an a-hole.
Yes.
Early Shawn was an a-hole.
Yeah.
Shawn, when he found Jesus,
Still,
different dude.
Still had the shovel out. Still little burials here and there. But that's just because he had his boy Triple H in his ear as well.
Yeah.
Number 3, John Cena.
I put John Cena behind HBK.
Yeah. Number 2, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I put Stone Cold behind HBK.
And number 1.
Are you kidding me? I know who number 1 is. I knew number 1 before it even happened. It's Taker.
It's Taker, the Undertaker.
That's my 1A, 1B. Those two right there are equal. And you saw it at WrestleMania 2 years in a row.
I mean, again, just the idea of
at the age that they were to put on a show the way they did 2 years in a row attests to what kind of professional wrestlers they were.
Yeah. It's kind of, I mean, the streak.
There will never be a big man like The Undertaker ever again.
No.
The closest we ever came was Bray, and unfortunately he passed away. Who? Stop your...
I like this.
He's not allowed. The meat locker is no longer allowed to talk.
I like this.
Bringing up Omos.
This is like sports. You remember Sports Nation?
Yeah.
They have like a studio audience that chirps. I like this now.
Undoubtedly, Great Khali was the greatest World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh my God, the Great Khali.
Did you have you seen the interview with The Undertaker when he talks about the Great Khali?
No.
It's not good.
Is there anybody that we're missing?
Doink the Clown?
All right. Anybody for real?
That's why you're a virgin.
That's why he's behind. That's why he's on the 1s and 2s, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, in my mind, for sure, Eddie Guerrero needs to be way higher.
I would put Guerrero 10.
Yeah,
Top 10.
Guerrero and Ray need to be way higher.
I have one. You know what? I have one, and people are going to get mad when I say it. Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Strictly wrestling. Strictly wrestling. Let me be very clear. I do not condone what happened or did not happen.
I mean, my conspiracy...
in his personal life.
Yeah.
Because now I guess they're reopening the Benoit case.
I think they are, yeah.
That it may not have been he who had done it. So that being said, if it turns out that he did not do this, he better be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame immediately. 1. 2, Triple H better come out and apologize for the statements made by Vince McMahon.
Sure.
3, he should be in the top 15 of this list easily.
Great rivalries, the moments.
They have not released the main event. They kept it. The main event with Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I mean, they should. I mean, when we went over our WrestleMania moments, that was my number 1, I believe, when Eddie and Benoit. Yeah, and then Eddie and Benoit's celebration at the end was the best. I've always been on the side.
There's one. Where the hell is Kurt on that list?
Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
He was 12.
Was he 12?
Yeah.
Kurt,
you said he was exactly where he should be.
Yeah,
12 or 11. Yeah, he was 12.
10, 11, 12, somewhere in there. Kurt Angle's ridiculous.
Mark Henry?
No.
Okay. All right. Just want to throw names out there.
I'm not putting sexual chocolate on a top 25.
World's greatest, world's strongest slam, world's strongest man.
Here's one. Here's one. Why isn't the Honky Tonk Man on this list?
Very just in this. I don't know. For a guy like me, like if you
Greg
missed it,
Valentine.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like if you miss that time frame, he's not very much talked about, other than the fact like, oh, the only thing I know about is he's held the title. He held the IC title the longest.
Yeah,
that was basically it.
I don't. You know who I'd kick off? The Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, I was thinking that would probably be the only name.
Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, trash.
Yeah.
Sorry, blows up. He wanted to stop the main event of WrestleMania 4 5 minutes into the match. 5 minutes into the match. I'm done. Let's do this. I'll pin you right now. And Hogan's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Who?
Ooh.
Yeah, he should at least be 25.
Andre should be on there. He went undefeated until he lost to Hogan.
Yeah.
Taz was ECW. He never did squat in the WWE.
Yeah.
King Kong Bundy?
King. Again, can't.
Doink the Clown?
Yeah.
Val Venus.
Yeah, like that too. Can't believe it.
Yeah, Booker, once again, more WCW than he was WWE. Yeah, he held the title. Yeah, he was a king of the ring. But, like, you got to think, Goldberg?
WCW.
He's held the WWE title, the Universal title.
But that was all like 2-3 years ago.
I'm just saying,
type deal.
like, you're trying to...
I'm
Cody.
sure. Oh,
Cody.
Too early.
I'm just
way
saying.
Too early.
WWE title, Intercontinental title. I don't know if he ever held the U.S. title.
No. Oh,
Tag titles. He's one away from Sheamus.
Sheamus is very underrated. Again, Kofi Kingston underrated.
Where's The Miz?
I mean, I'm not a Miz guy.
2-time Grand Slam champion,
Who
and he's not on that
cares?
list. Sorry.
Who cares?
He is now considered the workhorse of WWE. Anytime a new guy, a new trendy guy comes in, who's his first feud
He's only
against?
champion because
The Miz.
it was such a rough, and I mean rough time period.
Doesn't matter. He was champion.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're going to put AJ Styles on that list, Miz has to be on that list.
putting lipstick on a pig.
I'm just saying.
Like putting lipstick on a pig. It's not worth it.
Scott Steiner doesn't deserve to be on any list. The man can't add.
No. I mean, again,
Not yet.
Kevin Owens.
KO needs a legit run as a champ, like a
Yeah.
world champ.
Yeah.
If he got a legit run as a world champ,
I'm sure there's a name we're missing for sure. I can't. I'm trying to think like
Owen?
Attitude Era. Owen. I like the name. It's JBL.
Kevin Nash, Razor Ramon, JBL.
As much as I didn't like it very much, but his feuds with Guerrero.
Once again, Sting's more WCW.
If you're considering rivalries, and it says right here, this list emphasizes WWE championships. He was a long title holder. Major rivalries: Guerrero, Cena. I think he had one with Taker, and significant in-ring moments that define the company's eras. I mean,
fastest loss of a world title of all time.
there's that. The being pile drived on his limo. Eddie Guerrero messing with his limo, going down to the border. I don't know. I don't know how this turned into me vouching for JBL out of nowhere, but it is.
Watch out, man. He's in TNA and AAA now.
Yeah, that too. I think he's just because he's in he's put his stake in AAA. So.
Do you think maybe Bray,
Influence-wise, we'll have to wait and see, because. Well, think about it though. He did hold the world title.
Not gonna like hearing it, but he's kind of in the boat with the whole Kobe thing with me. Like it's a shame, but just he gets all the hype just because he passed. Like it's
No, his hype was real.
I
he was
guess
alive.
it's
You didn't
just
like
really
him.
emphasized because he passed.
You didn't like him. I get it.
I did not like him. I was just so
You
sick.
didn't like the new Bray.
I'm
the
sick
black
and
light
tired
Bray.
of people talking in riddles. I'm not. It's scared. Put horror in WWE. Don't.
It's
in
not
wrestling.
horror, dude. It's thriller.
Okay, being
Horror
able to
would
control
be like limb parts hanging from places.
Yeah.
Thriller is when you beat the crap out of somebody and they don't realize it.
Yeah, and then I guess comedy was the
Psychological. They psychological up in that mother.
And then John Cena versus the Fiend was comedy. Then I guess that's
John Cena versus
the WrestleMania match.
No,
the
that was them. That was
horrible,
them.
Horrible
Actually,
video
that
match.
got rave reviews. Rave reviews.
Point me in the direction of who liked that match.
Every wrestling critic out there loved that match.
Not from what I saw.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious for what it was. I knew exactly what it was. It was a parody of John Cena's career, and for that to be that's fine by me. It wasn't a real wrestling match. You had to know it wasn't going to be a real wrestling match. Cena hadn't trained a lick. It was during COVID. Like, of course.
Yeah, it's Excuse City. What's up, Scotty?
Last thing for me, the one thing I looked at after was I compared the list to other lists by other brands and stuff. But a lot of other ones.
China's not a bad one.
Yeah.
Lynch, Charlotte Flair, China were on a lot of other lists.
I would put China and Becky Lynch on that list.
Trish Stratus.
I wouldn't put Trish on that. I wouldn't put Lita on that list.
I would have to put Lita on there.
I mean, physically, I'd put Lita on that list. But
No, I mean for the actual accolades. The
that
women's
is my
title,
wrestling girlfriend. All right, get over it.
Again, it's just
She was the first girl I ever saw that had a visible thong,
there we are.
and she could wrestle.
I don't know. I
she was
I would
badass.
I would put Trish. I would put almost. I would put Trish.
I'd
Lita,
put
Charlotte.
Becky. I'd put Becky,
Becky,
Trish, Trish, and China.
Yeah, China there. Yeah, definitely. 8th one in the world. Makes sense.
Change the game.
100%. So, any other final questions, comments, concerns before we head on out of here?
Scotty's stupid. How about
Oh, gee. He tried real hard. He
I love you, Scotty.
he hit up AI to make a list. He tried.
He hit up AI and cheated.
Yeah, like all these kids nowadays. Check your kids' homework, everybody. That's what you're
Work
supposed to do.
smarter, not harder. How did I know?
There we are. Well, from everybody here at BKW, we're gonna sign
BK
off.
Dub.
BK Dub. We love our studio audience now. That's gonna. Hopefully, that sticks around.
It's our laugh track.
Exactly. I love it. Everybody, take care. We love you. We'll see you. See you next week. Yeah.
CC, senor.
Yeah. Absolutely. Take care.
Peace.
Peace.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.